All right, guys, it has been a while. I've taken a few weeks off. Baby number 4 came a couple weeks ago, so been dealing with that. So here's what I want to do. I've been getting questions, been getting emails, been getting texts about what's going on with Facebook. They've changed some things, and so I'm going to explain in this video the pivot, okay? And so if you're running Facebook ads, if you're trying to use Facebook for functional medicine or anything else for that matter, you're going to want to listen up. You're going to want to pay attention. So here's what happened. January 19th, they're basically getting rid of detailed targeting and stuff related to health. So the conditions that I have been targeting for years as interests, so we're talking Stop the Thyroid Madness, Autoimmune Mom, Attitude Magazine for ADHD stuff, Hashimoto's Awareness, Cure Diabetes, you get the idea. So these, where do they call it? Sensitive, right? They call them sensitive issues. We cannot target those. So within snap of a finger, January 19th, we cannot target those things anymore. However, Facebook, not saying it's not usable, it is usable for retargeting. So this is what I do. So this is my pivot. This is the way we're going to have to shift in 2022 is a lot of this, a lot of Google, a lot of YouTube. I'm going to show you some YouTube stuff in just a second. Having a lot of success with YouTube right now. But it's Google clicks and it's Google conversions. So the cool thing about Google is that it's intent-based marketing. These are you should be here anyways, but these are the people that are actively hunting for help. They are searching for answers. They are looking for solutions to these problems, whether it's thyroid, whether it's ADHD or weight loss or whatever it might be. So that is intent-based marketing, whereas Facebook is interruption-based marketing. Just because somebody is surfing and because they have an interest in Hashimoto's awareness doesn't mean they're actively looking for a doctor to solve that problem. They may already have it handled. Make sense? So what we do is, I call this the front door. So Google and YouTube is the front door. It's the #1 and #2 search engines on planet Earth. They're especially YouTube. How to, right? They're trying to solve problems. People don't go to YouTube and look at ADHD videos for entertainment purposes, right? They know somebody, they're struggling with it themselves, they have a child struggling with it, so they're in problem-solving mode. And what we do through placements and then through some keyword stuff is that we set our ADHD video, like this is one down here, right? This one, we loaded this one on February 17th. I know it's hard to see. Like 4 days ago, we loaded this one. We're at about 1,500 views. Emails piling in like crazy, all right? So here's what we do. We set our 2-minute video. This one's closer to 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and this is me. This has got some image overlay, but it's basically my talking head, right? And we have a formula that I use that I go through to run our YouTube ads, and I'll explain that. Maybe I'll explain that in a second here. But we take our ADHD video, we set it right in front of other ADHD videos. We have a software that goes out and scrapes, in this case, I think over 420 videos all about ADHD. We set it right in front of that ADHD video, right? So, and we say, hey, just females, just top 40% income bracket. You can do top 10% if you want to, but the more picky you are, the more expensive it gets. So we don't want to be too picky with our demographics and our targeting. We just tap into Google and YouTube. We tap into their AI, let them do the heavy lifting. And so here's what happens. Okay, people come in through the front door, Google and YouTube. Now we use Facebook to follow these people around. Okay, we're getting traffic, we're getting emails, we're getting clicks, we're getting visitors to our website. And remember, one of my mentors always said, never waste a visitor, right? We get a visitor to our website for a reason. They're looking for solutions. 97%, typically on our funnels, we get about 3% conversion, sometimes 4%, 3 to 4%, which means 96 to 97% will leave. They'll bounce, but what we need to do is follow them around on Facebook, and continue. We have an ADHD pixel on our ADHD funnel. Now we can follow them around for the next 30 days, 6 days, whatever, until they do something. Right? The buying cycle might be long, just because maybe they're just starting the research process, and now maybe day 16 down the line, maybe they hit rock bottom. And maybe their kid has a terrible day in school, and they say, dang it, I got to do something. And now, in the meantime, what have we done? We've filled up their email with more value, but we've also kept in touch through Facebook. So this is, you can see here, this is a very simple landing page, pulling in about 30%. I could add an image to it and it'll probably crank it up to 40%. I'll probably do that today. Most of my landing pages pull up 30 to 40%. But this is the 3 simple tests we've been using for 17 years to get phenomenal results with ADHD kids and adults. So here's a landing page, okay, and it takes them into my video sales layer, and from there it's on a call. We get people, that's the flow. And for me, it's talking to people on the phone, but if they don't do something, okay, it's the email automations, okay, and that's something that we share with you. Here's just this is just not an exact science, but when I'm running my YouTube ads, I want to show you the price point. So I think we're maybe, I don't know, 150. We're not a lot of money into this thing for 1,500 views. So rough estimates, generally I start at about $100 a day. These are the type of, so there's impressions, 8 cents up towards of 42 cents per view. Now here's how YouTube works, and this is my framework. I'm not going to get too detailed with it because I want to talk about some other stuff too. I want to talk about Google Clicks and this Omni program that I have. But basically, the numbers look like this. Not the numbers, the formula that I use for YouTube ads. So basically, the first 5 seconds, it has to be a strong hook, right? And you have 30 seconds to push people away, right? Repel them or retract them, because if they hit the skip button, you don't pay a penny, and it's just a free eyeball, right? So the first few seconds, I just say, hey guys, in this video, we're talking ADHD. ADHD is one of the most poorly managed conditions in all of healthcare. In this video, I'm going to explain why that is. But if you're struggling with ADHD, so it's not exactly, but it says something like this. Say if you're struggling with ADHD or if you have a child struggling, hang with me. You're not going to want to miss this information. But if you're not struggling, there's a skip button. Click it. I'd hate to waste your time with a video that's not going to be helpful for you. So basically that first 30 seconds, I'm like pushing people away, bringing people in. Then I walk through my formula of this is why it's so poorly managed. There's a food component, right? Sensitivities, deficiencies, toxicities, inflammation, gut health, gut-brain connection. I explain what it is, why it's so poorly managed, what we do, why we're unique, why we're different, and why we get such great results. And then what's your next step? A more in-depth, detailed masterclass that's 10 to 12 minutes instead of 3 minutes. So we take them into my video sales letter, and then up here, or VSL, whatever you want to call it. And then right here, let's chat, right? My calendar right beneath that video, they click on it, let's chat. And then now I start closing the case fees. So I don't want you to stress out because we have a Facebook issue. It's still usable. I'm still testing, by the way. You can use it for weight loss, right? Because 71% of the people need to lose weight, and there's some targeting still with ketosis and low carb and biggest loser. So there's some interest a little bit with weight loss. But in terms of the really small, I don't say smaller, but functional medicine type conditions like thyroid and autoimmune conditions and that stuff, you got to find a pivot, and that pivot is this. And I believe it's a good pivot because these people are the people that are actively searching for solutions to problems. And by the way, I'm still testing. I'm still testing some broad-based ADHD stuff, some broad-based neuropathy stuff to see if it is still usable. So I will let you know on that in the coming weeks to see if you just run, hey, I'm going to run ADHD, but I'm just going to keep it wide open, and I'm going to see if Facebook AI isn't smart enough to go find people with neuropathy, because some person has it and they click it, it starts to generate more like lookalike audience. Okay, this person clicked, I need to go find more people like that. And it starts to snowball. I'm still testing that. But in the meantime, get on to YouTube. And then in my program, we talk about placements and the in-market stuff, custom audiences that you can build, and keywords and all that kind of stuff. So Omni High Level. Here's what I'm going to explain. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a video. If you want Omni High Level, basically it's all my Google ads. It's all the over-the-shoulder clicks, the keywords, the targeting, and the YouTube ads, and demographics, and the funnels. We build you the funnel. Like here's the funnel, a replica of mine, a couple of different versions of it. We'll give you over 30 different funnels in the program though. And then funnel's built, right? Foundation is set. Now we fire up the Google ads. So then within 30 minutes, now you're just paying per click. But I call it Omni because it's everywhere. So we have this funnel, right? Fully loaded functional medicine funnel where it's weight loss, thyroid, ADHD, autoimmune, neuropathy, diabetes. And then we set, ads for all these different conditions. So it's so that you can be, Omni, right, everywhere. for all these different conditions. And this is a system that I've been teaching for a lot of years, but I've been doing it for even longer, where it's not just, and you can do this for chiropractic as well. So if you're in the musculoskeletal world, take my chiropractic funnel that's got 12 different niches, right? Neck pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, disc, carpal tunnel, personal injury, whatever it might be, and then set a budget of $50 a day or $20 a day or $10 a day, whatever, it doesn't matter, depending on how aggressive you want to be. Typically, I start at about $100 a day, but I'm a little bit more aggressive. So you can do $100, $100 if you want to, or you can do 20, 20, 20, $60 a day, or you can go across all 12 niches so that anybody within a 20-mile radius, they type in headaches, boom, there you are. #1 headache specialist, free discovery call if you're doing this virtually, or free evaluation or discounted evaluation, whatever you want to call, right? Where I'm not going to, but we give you like the headlines, the title, the description, the keywords, the target, all that stuff. The over-the-shoulder walkthroughs, the objectives, like your ad campaign objectives. Like with the targeting, YouTube, there's a bigger learning curve because there's so many different types of targeting. I spent most of 2020 and 2021 figuring out YouTube, and I spent a lot of money testing different things and trying to figure out what works best. And that is a code that we have cracked. But yeah, it's part of my Omni program. So what I'll do is, if you're watching this on Facebook, I'll stick this web page in the video there. I'll put this video in the comments beneath this video so that you can pop on over and then watch the Omni stuff if you want to. That's a more in-depth 40-minute training on that stuff. And then if you want to hop on a call, we can do that. And then if you're watching this on YouTube, again, I'll put all the stuff in the description beneath this video. So if you want to learn more, if you want to hop on a quick call and see if this makes sense for you. But yeah, that's the pivot, you guys. I know it's can be frustrating. So if you're, by the way, just a quick heads up, if you're paying an agency to run your ads for them, you have to ask them this question, right? If you're paying somebody to run, whether it's functional medicine ads or even chiropractic, I'm not sure what the chiropractic interest would be because I haven't been in that world for about 4 or 5 years. I've just been functional medicine stuff. But if you're paying an agency, you need to ask, hey, what is the, are we doing any sort of interest targeting, or is it just, hey, let's just do broad stuff? So if you're paying an agency, you gotta ask that question because as of the 19th of January, you need to make a pivot. And in my opinion, a pivot is this. Is the pivot TikTok? Probably not for functional medicine anyway. I mean, I'll look into it. I know it's just all over my damn feed, so I need to explore it. I need to test it. But our diabetics sitting around watching TikTok, our neuropathy people sitting around, I'll look at it, I'll test it. But you can't target anybody. That's the problem with Facebook. You could really dial in your targeting. With Google, it's even better. With YouTube, it's the best. Because I can go male, female, I can target certain income brackets, I can do location, I can do everything with YouTube ads. So that is a strong place you want to be. So, all right, guys, I'm done. That's the State of the Union Facebook address. If you have any questions, chime in below. We'll get them answered, and we'll see you next time.